Yeah, good morning, fellow gamers. It is I once again, Sarter, is back with another Destiny 2 video. Well, this video will be something entirely different than what I usually do. Usually I do playthroughs, I do some weapon reviews, depending on if I like the weapon or not. And, for the most part, I stream. But, this is just something that, I just wanted to talk about real quick. I'm gonna try to make the video not that long, because I know a lot of people got things to do today, the ones at work and, the ones at work. So basically, what I just wanted to talk about is what's going on in the community. A lot of things I've been hearing on the internet, a lot of things I've been hearing on Twitter, things I've witnessed by watching people's channel, and just that sheer elitist attitude. It's like you have all these big channels talking about, people, the smaller people basically don't have a right to complain about this raid. Like, you wanted it hard. Yeah, we wanted it hard. And me personally, I have no complaints about this raid. The only complaints I have about this raid is accessibility. Not a lot of people are going to be able to get this raid, and if they do, not a lot of people are going to want to deal with newcomers. You did, Bungie came with the one beta, guided games. That's a joke. Like, it waiting to be carried in a raid. If you've only got maybe 2 or 3 hours to play a day, Destiny, for the most people that, you know that are not content creators, that have to work. I won't say real jobs, but just gotta work. They gotta get up. They can't just wake up, brush their teeth, and do what they gotta do and just jump on the game. They have to go out, and they're working 9 to 5 jobs, and they might just get that one slight break in order to do what they gotta do. Or maybe the kid that goes to school all day, and he has to come home and do his homework, and then try to fit like maybe an hour of Destiny in a day, and still have to grind for his gear in order to be able to get the light level in order to participate in the raid. And not just that, it's even if you do get the light level, it's no guarantee that you'll actually be able to participate in the raid unless you got a dedicated clan, which most clans are joke. There's a few of them that really go hard in the paint, and they're trying to make sure that their clan gets everything. But for the most part, a lot of people just join clans just to have somebody to play with, and it doesn't necessarily go like that. A lot of big YouTube channels and people on Twitch will say the same thing. Oh, well, it's easy, just go to LFG. Look it, and you'll have some regular people say the same thing. Go to LFG, you'll find a team. It wasn't hard for me. Yeah, how many times have you found a team? You know what I'm saying? It's like that rhetoric is tiring. You know what I mean? Just hearing it all the time, the same elitist attitude that you feel. It's the same as playing Crucible. Every once in a while you got this trash bag that comes on there talking about get good when he's constantly getting wiped out and got like the lowest KD in the map. But you deal with this type of stuff. But the thing that upsets me sometimes is I just hear like these big ass channels, excuse my language, because I do have younger subscribers. I hear these people, they take this attitude as if they're some type of gods. Like it's understandable, dude. You will never have to worry about going on LFG in order to find a team. And for the people that come on my channel and be like, oh, well, I've been able to find a team. Well, kudos to you. This ain't for you. This is for the people that constantly have a problem trying to find a team. And for the most part, some of you guys that find the teams on LFG, you're getting verbally abused, but you just take it. Why? Because you just want to raid. You just want to get the end content. But not too many people want to sit back and take that. Nobody wants to be verbally abused, and especially by some nerd, which I'm a nerd, by some nerd on the internet talking out the side of his neck when in real life you wouldn't do nothing. A lot of, and it's funny though. Like, that's why you see all this stupid stuff on with people shooting each other over a freaking game. Look at what's the name, Dr. Disrespect, or Mr. or whatever Disrespect. Look at people shooting up his house because whatever, they couldn't handle losing or whatever. I don't know the situation. I just know that a lot of things stem from gaming, and people not being able to handle the fact that they got beat or whatever. It's stuff like that. And when you deal with people that take that matter of fact attitude and that elitist attitude, this is the type of stuff that you breed. You make people mad. I mean, if I can look at your channel and get upset at the fact that your attitude is as such, just imagine the people that are mentally a little unstable that just see that as a transgression against them, even if it wasn't. It's like I'm saying sometimes you got to be part of the solution, not the problem. And when you come on here and you talk about basically people need to get good and stop complaining about, look at, I paid $80. Yeah, about $80 for my disc. I thought it was a physical copy because I only buy Destiny in physical copy. I never buy digital because I don't like it. I like the physical copies, like reading a fresh book. That's something I can't find on Kindle. I need a fresh book. I need to smell the book. I need to know that the book is right there. A physical thing. You know what I mean? It's that's how I am. And when it's not, the GameStop even, I thought they were going to give me a physical copy, and then come to find out there is no physical copies of Forsaken. So I was upset at it, but that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is people taking this elitist attitude and assuming that everybody should have a team and everybody should be able to do the raid. And I'm not mad at the mechanics. I think the mechanics are beautiful. They might be a little confusing at first. King's Fall was a little confusing. Like, you don't want to mess up. And most people that go into the raid are going to be, nervous because they don't know exactly what to do. You can't learn by watching a video. You may get the like little bits and pieces, but it's by trial and error getting in there and actually participating in the raid. But if you have nobody that's willing to run you through the raid, okay, well, look at, if you guys are so, you think that it's so easy to do this raid, then run people through it. Take time out your day for the people that are subscribed to your channel and run them through the raid. You ain't got to run like 20, 30 people through the raid. Run 5 of them each day. Every time you jump on and you're doing a raid, tell your crew after you get chores out the way, run maybe 4 or 5 people through the raid at a time, and don't make it to where they have to pay you money in order. They can see, that's the thing I don't understand. You got people sherping for like $500 to do a raid of a game that they already paid 80 60 to $80 for, especially if you're paying for the annual passes. Well, it's already expensive for the people that may not have really good jobs, and for people to just assume that they should automatically just stop complaining and find a team. And you hear all this stupid stuff on the internet right now, Twitter. Oh yeah, all these crybabies talking, they're trying to look at you're the same people that gave up on Destiny. Like, I can point a lot of you out. You basically gave up on Destiny, said you would never play the game again, and here you are making content about Destiny because your fans are faithful. They were faithfully waiting for you to come back when you basically, excuse my language, shitted on Destiny. A lot of you forsaked it for Fortnite. A lot of you switched up and was like, "Oh, this game is better and Destiny is dead." I can name you by name that gave up on this game. Thought Fortnite would take every. Some of you went to Warframe. Some of you said you hate Destiny, but here you are playing, making content about it. Like, it's just so funny, like, to see the just hypocrites, dude. I've been on Destiny since day one, never left it. Did I agree with what Bungie was doing? No. But did I flat out diss them and but yet I'm taking trips to this, and Bungie's flying me out to this, this is what I'm talking about. Like, it's just, you got all these people that are the problems and not the solution. Look at, if you're really worried about me raiding, then help me raid. And not necessarily me, help somebody out that follows your channel also. I follow a lot of you guys because there's a lot of content that you put out that I enjoy. I get up when I'm not working. I get up in the morning, I make me something to eat, I break my laptop out before I even jump on the game to stream, and I watch your channels. Sometimes that's just how I pass my day. Constantly, I may not even just look at your channel. I might just run it, because it's just something good to hear. Somebody that knows so much about the game and that loves the game just as much as you. There's some of you I unsubscribed to because you were basically Destiny haters, and and I didn't want to hear it no longer. It's just it got bored. Nobody really wants to hear somebody hate on their game. But that's besides the point. Like I said, this is just basically, not a rant. It's just a conversation that, there's a lot of people out there, dude, they ain't gonna never be able to do the raid. King's Fall was a lot easier. I used to run people through it all the time. There's a lot of people on my friends list that I ran through King's Fall because they couldn't find nobody to help them. And I didn't have no problem dealing with them. Going on LFG right now is dealing with toxicity. Every once in a while, or you get the know it all. We got people that you already know how to do it, but they're telling you exactly how to play your game, and, and, and not even asking. They're just making it seem as if you're stupid, like you just can't understand the basics. But it's simple things like nightfalls and strikes. Like, why would I need you to tell me exactly how to do this strike? Like, I know how to do this strike, but every once in a while you deal with that toxicity. But when it comes to raids and frustrations, look, if you're not in a group that and you mess up, you're most likely gonna get boot unless you run into somebody that's like a really good person that's really trying to help people out. Whisper the Worms, and nobody from my clan helped me get that, and some of my clan members had it. But like I said, I just joined my clan basically to do my Solstice army armor, and and because my other clan wasn't on here, it's like it's like a shot in the dark. But like I said, this video is just mostly, just a conversation, speaking to these bigger channels that have the audacity to come on here and talk about people shouldn't complain. But I mean, if I paid $60 or $80 or $90, or I got all these special features in order to, possibly have a chance to, jump in one of these raids and actually get gear this time. Like, this was supposed to be more accessible to people. Destiny 2 was supposed to be more accessible to people, and it's not. It's hard to get in a raid now as it was before. Now you can find Leviathan raids, but and because nobody's really tripping whether you know the raid or not, because your light level's so freaking high, they figure you're gonna pretty much run through ads anyway. So now people are really accepting of you. Oh yeah, oh, I'll run you through the Leviathan raid before you try to be like, oh, I'm a noob at it. Oh hell nah. Your light level got to be a certain level, and you better be doing a certain amount of damage, or your skill got to be up here. You got to have some knowledge of the game, and if you don't, no, I'm not running you through it. Next, and that's just how it was, and even now. So when people come on here and they're like, oh well, people don't have the right to complain, and nobody's trying to ruin it. People are just trying to participate in every aspect of the game. If I bought this game and I may not only be into PvP, I might want to get PvE gear. I might want to get raid gear. I want to be powerful. I want to be 600 light level. I want to get to that. A lot of people did exploits before they got into the raid, so their light level is extremely high right now. The highest mine is what 550 right now, but I didn't do no exploits, and that's just the way it is. And we're not talking about raid gear and the basically doing the codes in order to get that, because it doesn't drop at high light. It gives you a certain light level, and that's pretty much it. So you're not doing it to rank up. You're doing it to get weapons that you probably wouldn't be able to get anyways, because then nobody's trying to run you through the raid beta. The guided games are a freaking joke without real incentive. It's nobody trying to run you through that. Like, and for the people that say that, like, man, you need to really wake the hell up and stop trying to clickbait your channels. Look, at nobody's running you through guided games because there ain't no real incentive. And for the people that do try to do it, what is Bungie giving them? You're giving the people that will possibly be good hearted enough to run a couple of people through it, just out of the fact that they just want to give back and that they're just good people. And there is a lot of them. This community has so many good people, but it also has negative people. You got a lot of, and it's not just little kids. People tend to blame it on the kids. Oh, that's little kids, squeakers and all. No, I've run into grown men that act like little kids, that complain like little kids, that if you do anything wrong, it's automatic disrespect, which I said, a lot of people on the internet are always going to disrespect you. In person, they're not going to say none of that junk, nothing. A lot of those fools that be in their basement, staying in their mom's house, and basically, doing what they got to do to try to make ends meet. You know what I mean? And some of them just got lucky and happened to catch a crowd. Not everybody's content is stellar. It's just, there's something about them that appeal to people, and so they gravitated to their channel. And now these people, instead of being humble about it, they're on a different page. They're on a different level. They're on God status because, it's I follow Dado, I follow Triton Army, I follow, Sir Demetrius, I follow so many people. I used to follow Mesa Sean, but yeah, I follow Cactus HD, which is another one. Like some of the things he said in his last video, I was a little surprised, but he is, uh, for most parts, a good Destiny content creator. I like the way dude, it elaborates on a lot of things. Some people might see it as excessive, but I mean, for some people, it's refreshing to hear somebody talk to where you can actually understand them, and not so much about language or accents. Just the simple fact that dude talks with clarity. So and but there's some things he says that I don't like, and they rub me wrong. But I mean, this people have the right to say what they want. The only thing that I don't understand with some of these channels, like I said, is why they take that elitist attitude and figure, it's like the people that came in first with the raid. I follow Glad's channel. Dude, I follow pretty much half his group, because I like that they're sweaties, I like the fact that they go in and they're just really going to kill it. They're not going in to play games. They're going in to kill it as quick as possible, knock things down. And I truly respect that, like really respect that. But there's other people that, they weren't as I won't say as skilled, but they just weren't as lucky as them in order to get like world's first, And so now it's every excuse in the world why they didn't make it to the point they did. And I find it kind of funny, but instead of just being humble about it, they rather just point it out about like little groups, and people should not complain. And it's just like, I know I'm going in circles, but it's just I need to drive this point home. If you're a big channel and you got a raid group every time on call, because pretty much you can cycle through them. I've seen multiple guys. Oh, such not ready. Okay, well look it. Put him in. So you already got people at the ready that's willing to jump on your channel. A lot of them, because they know they're either your friends, your clan, or a lot of them know that you're a famous person, so it's gonna benefit them to be on beck and call. You got moderators that are just like solid, and it's just like that. You have all these people ready to jump in and help you on the shortest notice. You're able to play the game without having to go to a regular job. You got a job to where you can pretty much be lax, outside of dealing with social media and promoting your game and editing. It's lax. You no physical exertion, none of that. So if you're blessed with that life, be humble about it. But if you really so, worried about people completing the raid and not complaining about it, then help them out. Do more than just do guide videos. Actually engage with these people. Run 4 or 5 through the raid at a time. You can do it. A lot of you are just that freaking skilled to where, you explain it well, you get it out the well, carry them like people carrying trials and carrying, carry them. Help people out. Don't be the problem. Be the solution. If people are complaining about not being able to go through raids, help them out and then they won't complain. But if I pay $80 for my game, I shouldn't be locked out of content. And right now, the clans are a joke for the most part. Guided games are a joke with no real incentive. Nobody really wants to run you through anything. And if I did happen to jump into a raid, I'm sitting in the quay for like a few hours. It'll go from 25 to 30 to 40. Nobody has time to sit on here and wait for guided games for somebody to happen to come across you and want to fill their roster. And it ain't even no guarantee that they're going to do it. So you're pretty much left on the outside looking in. And I'm not going to go into too much more. I just basically wanted to say that. And hopefully people will get off their high horse and start helping out the little man and really do something for your community. Other than that, just keep your mouth shut about people that are not as fortunate as you in order to be able to find teams. You know, you sound like a hypocrite because at one time you were in the same position. Now that you got your fan base up, it's easy for you. So for the people that it's not easy for, just learn to understand that, and just be a lot more considerate on what you say. But on that note, my name is Sire the Risen. This is not a rant. This is just, sometimes people need to put themselves in their own place, and be humble. And for the most part, you guys enjoy the rest of your day. My name is Sire the Risen. Like, subscribe, dislike, whatever. For the most part, for the people that might take this offensive, don't send your fanboys to my page. I'm just gonna laugh at them, but I will do the views. But thank you. Late.